Hello guys, so welcome to my day 4 video. So yesterday we just went live with our expense tracker running on render, right, which is a live URL. Hope you guys have tried it and let me know how is it in the comments below. And so today what we are going to do is uh, we are going to add real users to it. All right. So that whenever a user is logged in, he'll be seeing only his or her expenses, right? Because currently our uh, our application is something like anyone who has access to this URL, they can see the expenses of everyone, right? So when I click on this 30 and if I click on, uh, I mean, it just auto refreshes, so it shows the expenses, right? So this is there for 30th, and if I click on all days, then there are two expenses, right? So anyone with this URL can see expenses of each other, right? But we do not want that, right? We want this to be user scope. So for that, what we'll be doing is we'll have to prompt exactly to our Claude that this is the problem and this is what we have to fix it. All right, not exactly problem, but this is how the design was from the initially. All right, so let's get to the building stuff then. All right. So what I'll do is I will ask Claude to this user stuff. All right. So now what I'm basically asking my Claude tool is that the currently this application is not per user scope, right? As we saw in the render URL that whenever any new expense is added is visible to everyone. So that is what I'm asking my tool to, we have to add this users and stuff. So we have to update the code. But what I'm also asking is, if you notice, I'm asking it to draft a plan first, okay, before writing any code. So this is the one of the best practice in Claude. So doing this, right, Claude will not directly jump into coding, but it will create a plan first. All right. So I've hit enter and let's see the building part. Okay, so all right, guys. So it is also asking whether we should add auth methods and all. So currently, I'm thinking we'll add both the session plus token. So I click on one, and it is also asking how should user accounts be created. So I'm thinking we'll create a self registration form. Just take basic inputs. What should happen to the existing expenses already in the database? We'll clean up the database. Let's submit and see Claude doing the magic. Okay, all right, guys. So it has given us a plan. So basically, the first change which we'll have to make is in the data model, right? Because we are adding the owner now, which is a new entry in the database. So for that, we'll have to update the database. Yes. So this is expected. And the second one is migration. So whenever any a new database rows are added, we have to migrate it, right? So that the new changes are reflected onto the databases. Okay. Then API scoping, yes, because we'll have to add this is authenticated, right? Because it should show the expenses only of that user. Yes, so this is also fine. Then next one is authentication setup. Yes, this is all. This is just the basic stuff required. Auth endpoints. Yes. So there are four new endpoints added. Right, one is for register, one is for login, and one is for logout, which is expected, right? And one is for auth. So current user, it will get the user which is currently logged in. And yeah, and this is the front end changes. Yes, there will be a few front end changes and tests as is. We'll have to update the cloud.md also. Yes, because since our project is being changed a little bit now, so we'll have to do this. And there is also out of scope flagging for later email or password reset token rotation on logout. Okay, I don't think we'll have to do this right now because this is just going to be live on render. So yeah, email password reset we can take it up later. But I want this from the viewers. So if you think we should do it, just please drop a comment. Right, we'll do this in the next videos. All right. So I think this plan is good. We can ask can go ahead and implement it, and let's wait for the cloud to do it. All right. So it was asking me a couple of prompts. So maybe I should run Claude and skip permissions mode. I'm just kidding, guys. We should not do it basically. All right, guys. So Claude has done generating this app for us, but it is asking few things. So it is flagging something. Since logo does not rotate the token, a leaked Android token stays valid until the DB is reset. Fine for now, but worth a rotating and endpoint when the mobile client ships. Okay, this is fine, right? For now, it is good. So it has done this data model and migration, yes. API scoping, yes. Auth is also at front end variant verification is also done. The other thing which I wanted to do is I will ask it, to flag any security risks if it sees. So in this, what I'm asking is I'm asking Claude, to act like a senior cybersecurity person and find out any security flaws which we have in this app, and let's see whether it finds out for us. All right. So here, Claude has given us a list of issues which it found in our app. Because my prompt was act like a cybersecurity researcher and find flaws in this app. So it gave a few, and out of which the H1 is the highest priority which we need to fix. So it is kind of a brute force attack, which any user or any attacker can perform. They can try a randomized username passwords, right? So and this app can break because there is no rate limit protection on our application currently. uh, so this is the one which we'll have to fix it. All right. And there are some few medium uh, vulnerabilities also that that we will have to fix it. And the other one is token auth non-expiring. Yes, so basically, right, to log in we get a token, and while we log off the token isn't revoking. So no, that is what we'll have to fix it, which it found. And there's no pagination or authenticated throttle. So no, this can lead to DOS. That's fine. Okay, so I will ask it to fix it, right? Yes, fix all of the vulnerabilities. So we will let this app, we will let this Claude run. So here, if you notice, it has started to fix and it is starting with settings.py. All right, so let's wait for it to complete. All right, guys. So it has worked hard for 13 minutes, and it gave us a format basically what was fixed. So here, if you see the brute force protection, this is fixed. Okay, so it is rate throttling for every 30 minutes, right? Then it has also verified that fix, which is and in medium there were few findings. It is also been verified. The same goes for other M2 M3 and medium level findings also, and the same goes for low level findings also. So this is what I was targeting to do this. So we are just directing Claude on how to do and what to do. Okay, instead of us doing all of this. So one last thing what I'm still trying to do is, what if we try to refactor this? Right, there might be some dead code here and there. All right, so let's good that we can try to do a refactor of this. So here, what I'm asking Claude to do is, I'm asking it to act like a senior developer, and I'm asking it to refactor this application. So to find for any dead code or any duplicated code, right? Or any piece of code which can be reused. So uh, so that it will make our app very much clean and faster. And I'm also asking it to plan it before making it any changes. Let's hit enter and wait for it to finish. All right, so it has found some things. Let's see what is D1 till D3. Okay. Set banner or byte for byte identical except. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just ask, go ahead and fix it. So it has done a few changes. So I will ask it to commit this, right? And then we can, deploy this onto render and do a test. Start the server, okay? And let us see, and then we'll, deploy it to render, okay? So that, you guys can also try it. Okay, so it is starting the server. Let me copy it. Okay, so here I can create an account. So I will give it test user, and the password will also be test user. Okay, I click on create account. Okay, test user 123. Okay, I'll give QWERTY 123. Oh my God, 123 dot. Okay, so finally it has accepted my password. So it is QWERTY 123 dot. Okay, so I can give it a couple of expenses here. So uh, lunch one, add, then something else, fuel, 5, add. Okay, so I will just log out and we'll log in with other user. Let's say we are trying to log in as test user, and this is my password 40123 dot. So here we can see that these are the two expenses which we just added. The other test which we are about to do is we will create another user and see if both of them are able to see their expenses or not, which ideally they should not. So here we will create an account called test user one. Okay, I'll give the same password test user 123 dot. Okay, I think the previous password was QWERTY 123 dot. All right, guys, so this is the moment which we have been waiting for. This user cannot see the expenses of the other user. So I can give thing like cleaning, give $10, click on add. Okay, now I click on log out. Let me stop it. So did it make a commit? Okay, it has opened a feature branch. Now let me merge it. If I go here, I just click and open PR. So basically, this should also be automated. Claude should open a PR and it should also merge it. That we will do it in our upcoming projects. And let's see whether this gets deployed automatically or not. Okay, so as you can see, as soon as the PR is merged here, it has automatically triggered a render deployment. This is what is expected. All right, we wait for some time and then we'll see how the deployment goes. So as we can see here, today is 5th July and it has started this deployment. Okay, and I think this is the git commit hash, right? Let us see what it is. All right, yeah, this is the git commit hash. Okay, so let us see, whether this is deployed or not. Okay, so it has been live. Let us see what is the status of our expense tracker. Okay, now let us create the same test user. Sorry, we have, okay, let us see this. Let me see if what will happen if the user is not there. So as we can see here, right, that it says that this is an invalid username or password, which is expected. Now let us create an account. The password would be QWERTY123 dot. I will create an account here. Uh, and then let us add some expenses. Lunch 5, add logout. Let us do a retest. So here we can see that it is showing our expenses. Now what I would like you guys to do is just try this app out. Okay, I would be sharing the link in the description below and in the comment section and in the pinned comment. uh, let's see, just give some feedback how this app works, whether you like it or not, and also tell me what would you like me to build next. All right, guys. Till then, take care. Bye bye. And if like this series of videos, just please like, share, and subscribe, so that it will give me more motivation to build these kind of videos. Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye.